Hey guys, it's me, Captain Horseman. Basically, this is my official key moments of the first official teaser trailer for the Logan movie, basically, as we know, aka Wolverine 3, which is going to be Hugh Jackman's final ever appearance as Wolverine in the X-Men movie franchise. Well, guys, basically, it took me a while to do it, but I finally am, releasing it to you guys right now. So let's go through the key moments of the official trailer. Now, this trailer was fantastic. It had Johnny Cash music. It had this whole old man Logan, but combined with Last of Us vibe and everything, and it was just so cool and so amazing, and it is true. It feels like this is definitely going to be the final movie of Wolverine in this movie franchise, and yeah, I just wanted to get that part out of the way and everything. By as you can see by some of the shots and everything, it just feels like Last of Us, but combined with old man Logan, and that is so cool. But anyway, let's go to the next one. One, basically thing that was very interesting in the trailer was the mention of pretty much by Professor X and Wolverine that all the mutants are gone. So, and as you can see here, this basically shows Logan at a funeral getting drunk and everything, and loads of coffin, like loads of obviously, basically tombstones and everything, basically at a cemetery. So, what happened to all the mutants, I wonder? Because it does look like all the mutants are basically gone apart from Professor X and Wolverine. So, and people will be saying, wait, so in Days of Future Past, you basically, obviously did a clean slate and changed things to bring all the characters back, but then you're killing them all again, all over again, basically? Well, remember, guys, this is set in 2024, apparently, this movie, but it is true. Basically, they have kind of, like, just killed off the whole X-Men all over again, which is really annoying, but, yeah. But the question is, this is my biggest question. What did this? Because obviously it's not the Sentinels, because remember, they were never made. Apocalypse is dead, so it can't be him. So basically, but we've been hearing a lot of rumors and about Mr. Sinister, as we know in the XMen Apocalypse, post-credit scene, there was a tease of Mr. Sinister with the name logo of the company being basically Mr. Sinister's company from the comics. Then, as we all know, pretty much Bryan Singer confirmed that Mr. Sinister would have some type of involvement in the Logan movie. Now, obviously, it looks like the villain is somebody else, aka Caliban, which we'll get into later in the video. But the question is really, like, is Mr. Sinister basically getting built up pretty much to be the next big bad for this universe? Maybe he's going to be the next X-Men team movie villain, maybe X-Force. As we know, they're building that stuff up with Deadpool, Cable, and a few other characters. So it's quite interesting right now. Like, what did this? What created this, let's say, apocalypse, basically? What killed all the mutants and everything and made, Professor X and Wolverine on their own? So that's a very good question. So that is something I found very interesting in the trailer. But next, the R-rated action. Like, there was, as you saw, look at, Wolverine putting one of his claws through, basically this guy's head and everything. As we saw in the Red Band trailer. Also, look at the blood and everything. It's just, look at, basically just the blood is all over the place. And this was something very interesting. Someone actually said to me, when Wolverine is on the floor, on his back, and someone is doing claws, and he's like obviously blocking it, someone was saying to me, what if it is Daken, his son, from the comics? Potentially it could be, maybe it's X23, or maybe it's just something else. Who knows? But that is a good theory, basically, because it is true, we've not seen Daken at all throughout the whole X-Men movie franchise. Well, it's understandable, the timeline and the continuity is messed up, but, that would be an interesting theory if that is true. Now, the next key moment is Caliban as the villain. As we know, Caliban, basically has a new look, and also he has also a new actor, which is really interesting, because remember, guys, he appeared in X-Men Apocalypse in the 1980s when that movie set. And it's kind of weird how he's now got suddenly a new actor, a new look, and new everything. It's just, I don't know, like, it just kind of shows the massive disconnection and the huge problem with the timeline and continuity in the X-Men movie franchise / X-Men cinematic universe. It's just, well, I guess that's what happens when you put so many characters, and they're trying to do them all in the same universe, but at the same time, they're all in different timelines of the era. So it's really weird to actually connect everything, especially when you're doing different actors. That's just weird. But yeah. Anyway, the next part that I will point out is basically Logan's scars. As you can see on his face and everything, he looks old, he looks tired, but he's also got scars. And as we know, Wolverine, when he gets scars and everything, and just stuff on his face and his body, he usually heals. And for this instant, he's not healing. It looks like basically the more and more he gets older, the more and more his healing, basic ability is starting to, let's say, dissolve and starting to go away, meaning he's getting closer and closer to dying, which is another hint to him potentially getting killed in this movie. So yeah. So that's another key moment for the trailer that I noticed. But the main thing that I really liked was obviously the connection with Wolverine and X23, a big, as we know, the big fan favorite character that everyone loves, basically from the comics, and she's pretty much the female version of Wolverine and the new Wolverine as we know in the comics right now. So she is, I loved the whole bond and connection with her and Logan. Logan basically was asking, what is she? And then Professor X ends up saying, she's just like you and everything. And then you see throughout the trailer the bond and connection between the two. And then by the end of it, obviously people are wondering what grave they were, basically digging. Was it for Professor X? Was it for the villains? Who knows? But it was just great to see that connection, that bond between those two characters, because it's like, because everyone was expecting like a father-daughter bond as it was in the comics and everything between the two characters. So yeah, and that's why a lot of people are saying it gives a whole, not just Old Man Logan vibe, but also a Last of Us vibe, because remember Joel and Ellie in Last of Us, where they had the whole connection of, how he didn't really care basically about her when he was with her at first, but then he, started really developing and growing a connection to her, and then by the end of it, she was like a daughter to him and everything. He was just very protective. So that's what I'm expecting in this, and maybe the villains are hunting X23, and that's why by the end of the movie, he gets super protective and basically, wants to obviously help her and save her and stuff. So, and as we know, Bryan Singer and obviously other people at 20th Century Fox have teased that X23 is going to be a huge part of the X-Men movies cinematic universe for the future, and also could be in X-Force for her first appearance as the new Wolverine. Now, will this actress be, in that movie, like X-Force in the future movies? I don't think so, because she looks really young. And when I imagine X23, and a lot of us said this, she's usually a teenager. Like, okay, she could be a young teenager, but I'm talking about an older teenager, at least. But, so that's why I think she most likely will get recasted, and knowing 20th Century Fox, they don't really care about continuity and timeline, so, yeah. But anyway, guys, the trailer was amazing. I definitely give it a thumbs up. It got me very excited for the Logan movie coming early March, March the 3rd, 2017 next year. I'm so hyped for this movie, and to see how Hugh Jackman leaves the franchise and stuff, and I'm just so excited. So, yeah. Leave a like and comment for your opinions, subscribe for videos with more, guys, and bye.